What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Man, who doesn't like some low and slow smoked ribs? These are St. Louis style ribs, and they turned out awesome. I did them on the Pit Boss. I'll show you how I did it. Right here, I'm just looking at the ribs, and I'm seeing what I'm gonna trim off. I always trim these ribs. I get these from Costco, and they come in a pack of 3, and they actually come pre-trimmed pretty good from the butcher, but there's always a few other things I trim off. Like the end of these ribs, there's just a couple of weird little bones that are very small. They're really pointy. There's some meat just hanging off the end. I know it's not gonna cook right just because I've tried to do that before. I would love to lie and tell you that I'm going to keep this meat that I'm trimming off for later. I don't do that. I throw it all away. This fat cap, I go ahead and trim it most of the way off. Really, I just square up the rib. It's that simple. The membrane, I take a butter knife and I just kind of separate the end, take a napkin, grab it, and pull it off. That almost works perfectly every time. It's really not that difficult. Once I have the ribs trimmed, I come in with these 3 seasonings. Kinder's the Blend, Holy Gospel, and Smoky Honey Habanero. They're not mine, but they're really good. I want to explain this. So I don't use a binder on ribs. I just put it straight on and I give it a pat. With a salt-based barbecue rub like Holy Gospel, it comes with salt in it. I don't put an AP rub down first. With the Honey Habanero or the Smoky Habanero, it doesn't come with a lot of salt in it, so I'll put a little bit of AP down first. AP is just all-purpose. I'll put a little bit of that down first, and then I'll add the Honey Habanero. So that's kind of what I wanted you to see here. And then I just pat everything down. You don't want to rub it in, just pat it in. And then I let it sit for about 30 minutes to give it a good sweat. And then after that, some coarse ground black pepper to the top of all 3 ribs. I find that helps it develop a pretty good bark. Once they've set and started to sweat pretty good, I throw them on the smoker and I set the smoker for 275. After about an hour, I spritz with apple juice on all 3. An hour later, I spritz again with apple juice. And after, I would say, on this cook, I want to say it was 2 hours and 20 minutes, give or take. They were sitting at around 160 degrees, and I ended up spritzing these 3 times with apple juice. There's the 160. When they're at 160, I go ahead and wrap them, and this is how I wrapped them this time. I don't do it the same way every time, but this is how I did it this time. I was going for more of a sweet and spicy kind of a rib. They ended up being a little more sweet, which I actually like. I put down some butter on some aluminum foil. You can use foil. You can use butcher's paper, is fine. But you don't have to wrap it at all if you don't want. I always wrap. I just find that gives it better, it makes it more tender in my opinion. So that's 4 pats of butter. Here's some brown sugar. I didn't measure this out. I just put a little on there. And then here's some honey. You can use regular honey, hot honey, whatever. And then I take the rib and put it meat side down, and I wrap it just like that. I spritz it again with apple juice, and then I wrap it one end, and then I wrap the other end, kind of like folding it 4 times. And then I fold the front, not all the way. There's a point to that, and I'll show you what that is in a second. And then I fold the back and end up pulling the front up, and I make them join in the middle and make a little lid so that I can unwrap it really easily later. Pack it down tight, and that's it. I throw all 3 of these back on the smoker. I did them all 3 the exact same way. Once they were done, they were around usually 195 to 197 degrees is what I like. I find that gives the rib exactly the right bite. It's not too tender, it's not too tough. And the next thing I do is base this with a 50-50 combination of G. Hughes hickory and sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. That's it. It's real simple, and I put a little on each one, threw them back on the smoker for probably 25 minutes, and I just let that barbecue sauce tack up, and this is what they looked like after they were done on the smoker. Like I say, about 25 to 30 minutes, give or take. And look at this bad boy. Man, that thing looks awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up. So when I cut them, I flip them over top side down so I can see the bone, and then I just cut in where the bone is. Pretty simple, nice sharp knife. Don't ever tell me a pellet grill can't leave a smoke ring. I'm going in for a bite. Man, these ribs were straight money. I actually made these for Labor Day, and the neighbors got to eat some too, so they were pretty happy about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always like barbecuing. Let me know if you want to see more barbecue stuff. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.